A new conflict is starting, everybody, on Deep Dive Zone, a Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Evan, joined as always by my co-hosts, Lauren and Bruce, and today we are working through, not quite the full start of the next arc of Archie Sonic, because, last time we got to the end of, I guess it's not really the end of the war, but it was the end of something.
It was a shift in something.
Yeah, it's not nearly as final as like the original ending. It's
Not really.
it's just a shift basically. It's like let's
Yeah.
shake things up and see how this goes.
Basically.
Yeah, it's a change in management, which is the name of one of our stories here. We're beginning here with Sonic the Hedgehog number 201, and that's our only mainline Sonic issue for this episode, because we're going to be stuck in 30 years later Sonic Universe arc for the rest of this.
We'll get there. Let's stick on this one first.
My Knuckles flashback started coming back here, suddenly covering something that isn't just Sonic.
Yeah.
But for Sonic number 201, I like this cover. You know, we got everybody celebrating. Sonic's victory pose is pretty good, but Sally is hitting the DreamWorks movie poster expression and with the folded arms.
Yeah, why are they so smug?
I don't know why, because Sally, at least initially here, is not all that, like, initially in the story, she doesn't look like this. I don't know where this
is. Fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Anyway, change in management. Flynn Yardley. Numo Metropolis celebrates the defeat of Ivo Robotnik, but Monkey Khan crashes the party to inform them the Empire was simply overtaken by a new threat, the Iron Queen.
Yeah, I'll address that when they actually show up.
Yeah, we'll address him. We'll address the elephant when he stumbles into the room.
Yes, exactly. Sally does actually kind of have that look on this first page. They're like, wow, Sonic, you should enjoy yourself, and Sonic is not enjoying himself.
Yeah, he's already back in his number 65 or whatever. Oh, I'm not useful if I can't fight Eggman thing.
Well, I think Eggman's reaction is it seems to still be bothering him also.
Yeah, that's the main thing. They're like, I think Sonic feels like somehow they did something to cause that.
Yeah, it seems like the writer wants us to think that Sonic thinks he was related to the.
Well, I mean, he was, but he feels guilty about it, which is weird.
Yeah, he feels guilty about it, which, I mean, can't blame him for feeling guilty, even if he shouldn't.
It's like the heroic to a fault sort of a classic flaw.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it fits.
Yeah. When you see an old man having a mental breakdown, it's like,
sure.
I don't know. Anyway, Mina is here performing with her band, which are called the Forget Me Nots. That's not K-N-O-T because not whole. They're Sonic's bandmates from the prototype Sonic 1 concept art.
Yes, indeed.
Leave it to these comics to take a characters that never technically existed.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's about to start when a bolt of fucking lightning almost kills her.
Yep. And then here they are. Like I should have known that like Iron Queen means Monkey Kong as well.
I should have figured.
But I was still like, oh, okay, this guy's here now.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. This guy has issues. Like, I get that they're mad, but just like attacking Amina,
he's like
gosh, why?
Mad.
Yeah, it really plays into the perception of the time, because I think that everybody kind of thought that Monkey Kong sucked at this point, which he does. I'm not saying they're wrong to think that, but it's definitely like they were writing based on the fact that people thought that. Because it's like, what the hell, man? You know?
Yeah.
He's ostensibly supposed to be against the villains, but he's yelling at the heroes for celebrating Robotnik's defeat when there are still other problems in other parts of the world.
Well, also, it's not like they knew the Eggman Empire was under new management anyway, so, like, I don't think they knew.
Average blue sky interaction.
No, absolutely they did not know. This is totally a failing on Khan's part. No way to slice it. otherwise.
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
yeah.
this is like another dock off of Nicole's points. Like, Nicole is not doing their job.
Yeah,
What the
Nicole
heck?
didn't
how did
do
he get in
anything
here?
to try and stop this.
Like, I have come to the conclusion Nicole can only repel Eggman and no one else.
Apparently.
Maybe Eggman makes his attack so obvious.
I guess. I guess that Nicole is very susceptible to stealth, although I don't think Monkey Kong used stealth, actually, so...
Maybe she wasn't expecting a lightning strike to summon a monkey.
Maybe
Right.
because he's a cyborg, I don't have a justification for this.
Stealth?
Anyway,
I don't know. It's dumb.
we got one page of Esprio waking up from his meditation and leaving.
Yeah, at first I was like, did they just forget about this when I was reading through this story? But no, it actually does come up way later.
It does, but initially it seems like, was this supposed to be in a different issue?
Yeah, because it doesn't have any relevance to this story. It only comes up in that backup story.
Sure.
Which at a certain point makes you wonder what even a backup story is when elements just...
It shouldn't be
cross
called a
like that,
backup story. It
whatever.
should just be like secondary. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you should
I
probably
don't
just
think that's
weave
an
them...
official
It should just become
name.
part of the story.
It should have just been part of the story, or they shouldn't have included this scene in the story. One or the
It's just
other.
weird. Anyway, Sonic and Khan fight because Khan's a jerk
Khan's an asshole
and isn't explaining himself, and Sonic is all too happy to just jump into a big stupid fight.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Sonic's first reaction is like, I thought things were going to be boring without Eggman, but here we go. So yeah, they're just itching
Violence
to fight
time.
someone.
Yeah. Sally gets between them to make it stop, which, boy, Sonic and some other guy fighting over something stupid, and then Sally getting between them to make it stop. It's really classic Archie Sonic right there.
God. We're starting to
This
devolve.
This is very much a classic Archie moment, yes.
But she does get him to explain himself, and it's not like he doesn't have a legitimate problem, because
Well, sure.
even though Eggman's gone, the legacy he left behind is not done with anything. They're still operating in a lot of ways. The Iron Queen is now running the Empire, whom we get to see receiving a report from the Bride of Conquering Storm, a lynx leading the Yagyu clan. Yeah. So, do you remember the Yagyu clan, guys?
No,
not really. And yeah, just to dial back for a second. Yeah, if Khan had been a little more civil about this Freedom Fighters are totally in the wrong here. In that,
Sure.
like I said, they literally left Snively. They literally left the Dark Legion. Like, they couldn't have predicted the Iron Queen would show up. But there were so many pieces. There was a 100% chance.
That Snively would likely end up taking over if Iron Queen didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
Did they just think that Snively didn't want world domination anymore? I don't
Do they know Snively? Anyway,
They do.
but yes, if you're bringing back the Iron Queen, we're getting some deep cuts. We're getting all the lore here. I appreciate that, although I don't actually remember this. I must say. So no, I don't.
Yeah.
Remember.
Super Special number 8. Khan fought these ninjas, the Yagyu. They're bats, I think. Yeah. But we're really taking all of Frank Strom's contributions to the comic and reshaping them, sort of the same way we did with Penders. And yes, the Queen is the one Snively's been in communication with, and they have this really weird romance going on.
Yeah.
They definitely play them as like kind of over the top cutesy, but the elephant in the room there is the Iron King, who is well, he's here. He never had much personality to begin with, but now he's talking about how, like, oh, why does Snively keep acting like the Queen is the one in charge? I hate this little twerp so much. And
yeah, they're like, why are you always announcing the Queen and not me and acting so familiar? And why are you still breathing? I like that last one.
Yeah. I don't like, I think we'll get a little bit of explanation on exactly what the relation between the Queen and King is, but it's like, seems very obvious that his ostensive wife is clearly involved with this other guy, so don't know what he thinks about that part, but I don't know. Maybe he doesn't notice. He doesn't seem like the sharpest knife in the crayon box.
That's fair.
No, yeah.
Anyway, he gets huffy and stomps out of there with Bride of Conquering Storm, And Dimitri enters to ask the queen to please remove the bombs in our cybernetics. And, well, Dimitri, you rolled the dice and you lost. Because Queenie says, I can't, big air quotes around can't remove the doctor's bombs, but I made these special chips that would disable the signal that he used to detonate them.
Yeah. And the Dark Legion's not free. They're just under new management.
I love this moment because you can tell that Dimitri doesn't believe for a second that she couldn't actually remove them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And even if the chips do disable the signal, he also knows that she didn't remove... He knows that she didn't remove the bombs themselves on purpose, and they both know that he knows that, but he still can't refuse them because those chips may still be necessary. So, yeah, Dark Legion still subjugated.
Yeah.
I love the looks at the bottom of the page where Dimitri is so displeased and the Iron Queen and Snively just have those smiles. It makes it seem like they're not even really trying to hide anything.
Not
which
really.
would be great, except for on the next page, Snively is like poor trusting fool, which doesn't quite align with that. I would like this more if it's like, you have to go with this, you have no choice here, which is true,
right?
Which that's what they're doing, but it's a little strange there.
Yeah, I think I it's like I do like the look of smugness, but I also like the top two panels where they're much more put upon what's the word, sanguine looks. It might have been better if they had kept those. I don't know.
Yeah. I have to ask though, so I assume these chips are to simply realign the signal so the Iron Queen can detonate them.
Probably.
But I wonder, why doesn't Dimitri try to remove the bombs themselves? I assume they couldn't before. Well, like maybe it's too dangerous or something, but then I don't know how they trust the Iron Queen more than themselves for that. Like before, Eggman would probably like just blow them up if they suspected they were trying to remove them. But now, like, isn't it safe for her to, investigate them?
So he'll be working on this stuff later on in this arc, and Queenie's I'm realizing this is the first time I'm calling her Queenie because I don't want to call her the Iron Queen every single time, but how she interacts with technology is a little bit different than Eggman. So I'll say just stay tuned and we'll judge that as it comes.
All right.
Anyway, but yeah, that's a really good scene.
Definitely.
And yeah, they keep being all lovey-dovey. She's fingering his nose in this scene, which is a little weird.
Yeah.
This is when they go full on, in case you missed it, basically.
Right.
Somehow, even though there were so many hints to it. Yeah, I actually, for a moment, I was slightly... I thought they were playing it up over the top for comedy. I mean, they are. But I just meant, like, I thought somehow that it was fake, but no, it's totally real, apparently. This is just a full-on thing now.
Which is very odd, but also I don't think you're meant to be like, oh, what a cute ship between these two. No, I think you're definitely meant to think these guys are fucking weird.
Oh, well, they are weird, but I don't dislike this dynamic.
Oh no, sure. it's certainly a change of pace. Also, I like the egg-shaped solitary confinement for Eggman.
Yes, Snively has a sense of poetry, I suppose.
Yeah. So, Khan finishes explaining how the Dragon Kingdom has basically been fucked up all year by everyone who worked for the Iron Queen. And Elias is going to mobilize the council to decide what to do. But Khan's like, no, it's no different than it was before. Just keep fighting the way that you have been. He also apologizes for being a buttface, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And of course, Sonic takes all of this very well. He's so excited to get back in the field.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect otherwise.
And then Sally's like, things aren't so desperate, actually. We can just, like, connect up with the freedom fighters in the Dragon Kingdom and get a whole coordinated effort here. And Khan's like, there are no more freedom fighters in the Dragon Kingdom. There's no one.
Yeah, it's
like, Flynn, you're at it again. Why are you killing everyone for no reason?
Here's the thing that's weird, though, is that the characters, the Dragon Kingdom freedom fighters that we're talking about, they don't exist. We've never met them.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure we've never even met them. So
we've met other characters in the Dragon Kingdom, like let's see, Lee Moon, Lee Yun, and that other guy who's like a bunny, I think. Those guys are all still alive and okay. The Dragon Kingdom freedom fighters have been made up to be retroactively already dead.
Interesting.
Oh, I conflated the characters you just mentioned, whose names I don't even know off the top of my head, but I know who they are, with the freedom fighters, and I thought those are the ones that are dead. So if those characters are still around, then okay, that's really weird. Because I thought they just killed off those characters just to clean up some more loose ends. But
yeah, no, those guys are alive, and we will see them again one day. The Dragon Kingdom freedom fighters are just we know literally nothing about them except that they're dead.
Introduced as soon as they were dead. That's an interesting distinction.
Yeah, which I mean, it's. I think what it is that functionally there would have to have been resistance groups there, and it makes sense that they would need to be gone to establish the Queen as a threat, but because there weren't it's so weirdly executed.
It's very strange executed.
Anyway, Sonic is very eager to knock some heads, if for no other reason to stick it to Khan for underestimating him. So Sally is gonna send them on a recon mission to Megapolis, but no combat allowed.
But they're 100% not listening. Sonic is just like, I'm just gonna go and like solve this whole thing right now. You'll see.
Yeah. Sonic also lets slip that he and Sally broke up, and Khan is he really likes that part.
Oh no! Please do not start anything again. No, not again.
Please no. I know it's gonna happen, but please no.
Listen, it's never gonna be as bad as it was. I promise.
I'm sure it won't be, but I'm not gonna. I
believe you because it was really bad, but it could still be bad.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I'm not gonna like it, but it won't be as bad.
Yeah. Anyway, the Bride of Conquering Storm returns to Snively and Queenie and reports that her undercover agent has detected that the heroes are heading for the city, and the villains are going to mobilize their counterattack. But not right now. That's next. Not even next week, because next week is a bonus episode. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It's very much a we're setting things up to kick it off story. We're not really seeing the heroes in the conflict.
It was everything I hoped for, though. It's only got me more interested. I'm actually just like, dang, I have to get pulled away from this story for something else. Like, yeah, I'm wanting more.
Funny, I actually didn't even realize this backup story was a backup story until you mentioned it. I didn't see I somehow missed the title and the credits.
Well, it is written in a weird font.
It's very, very linked.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, I just figured, we're seeing the rest of that.
Yep. It's Devotion, Flynn and Yardley. Espio faces an encounter with Lightning Lynx and learns some life-changing news about his ninja clan. And yeah, we follow up on Espio.
Right.
And Nicole is here to tell him about what's happening. Again, how did Khan get through? I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Well, and Nicole is with Espio right here, and yet is still shocked to see Lightning Lynx. Like, Nicole is useless now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what is the point of Nicole's defenses at this point?
Yeah, maybe it just doesn't work how we assumed it did, but it's not.
It appears to not work at all.
I thought it was just a shield that you opened up when you need to go through it, otherwise it was always up, but apparently that's not how it works.
I guess there has to be some mechanism for people coming and going from the city, because there must be connections to other parts of the world, relatively speaking.
I mean, we haven't really seen that.
I know, but I mean, I don't know, because otherwise, I'll say this. If there's not some ability for people to freely come and go, then that essentially means that everybody is trapped inside a big prison, which is a little weird.
It kind of was portrayed that way, but maybe that was only when it was like there was fighting and stuff. So I guess you're right.
Yeah, when
maybe
it was under siege, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, Nicole is about to explain that Monkey Khan is here, but she's cut off by, yes, Lightning Lynx and only Lightning Lynx. None of the other Goon Squad are with him.
You never see this. This is shocking.
I know.
Yeah, we're developing a member of the Goon Squad as an individual. It's terrifying.
Wow.
It is scary.
He says that he's not with the Destructics, in fact. He says he's on clan business. So, presumably, given that he is Lynx and Conquering Storm is also a Lynx, he's probably her agent that she was talking about.
You know, it's hilarious. I did not put that together.
I sort of did. I didn't get the impression that he would be some kind of ninja, though.
Oh, no, he was absolutely not that up to this point at all.
Exactly, yeah. Like, up until this point, I never would have assumed that.
Yeah, no, he was just some guy before now that worked.
To be fair, even after this, I still don't believe it.
Yeah. Anyway, but he's telling SBO that there's been a bunch of changes over the 4 houses and the clans. The Iron Queen took control over the Yagu clan and now is ruling over all 4 of them. And he also calls SBO his brother.
We're saying things without explaining them again.
They explain pretty well.
Sort of. Yeah, I guess it's intrigue.
But he gives SBO a note, and it basically says, "Hey, your Shinobi clan, you work for Queenie too now."
You wouldn't actually get to see that, but you can assume as much.
Right.
Yeah.
Based on how they react. Okay, so like this is I'm gonna go be like, all right, well, we'll see how this plays out, I suppose, because there's so many possibilities here. Like SBO could just be playing along for the moment. But it is kind of weird that apparently SBO just like answers to the Ninja Clan. I didn't think that at all.
Yeah, my immediate thought was, okay, so what? You could just say no.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely see more of SBO, and we're challenging his loyalties here, and we'll see him reckon with what he actually has to do. There's only so much that is going to be allowed for a SEGA character, but it is interesting, at least.
Fair enough.
True.
So, yeah. I'll say I didn't remember how this went at all, and I had read this arc in totality before, so... Yeah. They go off, and, time to abandon this until next time.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
Yeah, so sorry that it gave you a preview for something more interesting than you're gonna think this 30 years later is, but here's Sonic Universe.
Oh boy, I was so looking forward to this ever since we saw that one preview page.
Sonic Universe number 5. Sonic, Sally, Knuckles, watch out, there's a giant Leon Da invading from behind.
Oh no, get it away from me.
Alright, well... We'll try to make it quick, at least. 5 years of peace, Flynn and Yardley. 5 years after the defeat of King Shadow, Mobius is recovering healthily under Sonic and Sally's guidance. However, some remainders from the previous regime is plotting something sinister in the background. And, here's something kind of neat. The newscaster here, Sasha Cat, is actually a character in the main timeline. Do you remember her?
No.
No.
That's because she's currently a tiny child. She is one of several orphans cared for by Rosie Woodchuck.
Oh, well, we haven't seen Rosie in...
If you vaguely remember those kids who occasionally follow her around, she's one of them. Completely random thing, but...
That's a very cute detail, though. I appreciate that.
Detail. I do like that. It's just kind of... okay.
Yeah. Anyway, she gives us some history of this future timeline, how Shadow apparently destroyed Robotnik and became a tyrannical king.
This is telling because I see that the writers realized that they kind of rushed it before, and now they're trying to like smooth it over.
Retroactively, I would have explained things quickly.
Yeah, I would have loved this when we had like King Shadow taking over the world.
Yeah,
I thought that was really underdeveloped.
Yeah, exactly.
Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah, but this is where that shot of Shadow with the flag comes from that I get to see edited to a bunch of different pride flags on the internet. And Shadow he destroyed Eggman in this altered future, which I guess is just the future now because Sonic. We still don't know exactly what he did, but whatever.
Yeah, you know.
And apparently he had the Dark Legion enforcing his will as well as the Chaotix. Sorry, the Dark Presence, they call them.
Which is
Yeah, for
interesting because
some
in a later
reason.
issue, they'll call them the Dark Legion and explain the name Dark Presence. I think that's that happens.
I mean, they're it's like the Dark Legion keeps eating shit in these comics, so I wouldn't be
Sure.
surprised if they call themselves that, because like that's all that's left is a presence. But anyway, it's been 5 years since then, and Mobius is now looking a little more like it used to in Ken's story, with the exception of Sonic's kids now being significantly younger.
Right. I also love the difference between Shadow and Sally's marriage image and Sonic and Sally's.
Yeah, they're the same.
Shadow and Sally's look like fucking your average this is grandma and grandpa getting married and they look depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still didn't really explain that part.
Really?
Based on the way it's stated here, it kind of seems like Shadow and Sally agreed to this because the public would like it and maybe it would smooth things over a little bit.
That's the impression I got. It was to smooth things over with the public because Shadow's a tyrannical despot and people actually liked Sally.
Right, but like Sally must have like rolled a nat 20 on persuasion or something, because I feel like Shadow wouldn't really care about that sort of thing. But
it's really hard to know just because we just don't know a lot about that version of Shadow or how he became the way he is.
Right.
Yep, and I'll put that on the shelf for the moment because that might come up again.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Anyway, and yeah, Sonic and Sally's kids are back now, much younger, which I guess means they really did fuck that night when Sonic took down King Shadow. But anyway, Manic is somehow missing the same tooth as his 14-year-old self. I guess that one just fell out and stayed gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's genetic or something.
But we do get to see Sonic and Sally as rollers, and Sonic is thankfully not the stunted, overgrown teenager that he was in the 25 years later timeline. He's much
actually
more
fairly mature.
He's easygoing, Doesn't seem to want to make a speech in public, but that's fine.
I can't blame him on that. Fuck speaking in public.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically we're doing that in every episode of this show, but it's recorded.
Yeah, but I don't have to look at the people I'm talking to.
It's very much not the same thing.
I don't have to see our ugly audience.
No, more like they don't have to see me.
It's not the fight, it's the fact that you don't get any feedback whatsoever.
Exactly.
I know, I'm being facetious.
I can do as shit of a job as I want, and I don't read comments, so...
There you go.
Anyway, yeah, Sonic and Sally, they're a lot more written. They're warm, they're very traditional feeling parents.
They're also actually adults, not, as you said, overgrown teenagers.
Yeah, which still makes them more boring than is their teenage selves, but at least they're more tolerable with this writing.
To be honest, I'd expect adult versions of these characters to be a little more boring.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't do it. Anyway.
Sure.
Lara Sue gets here.
We shouldn't do this. You're right.
We should.
But we're stuck here with it, unfortunately.
Damn.
Lara Sue.
These stories.
Lara Sue gets here. Lara Sue gets here. She is. I guess she must be 20 or 21 at this point.
Something like that.
But she's the babysitter, so
I feel like hiring the Guardian as your babysitter is like hiring some kind of religious leader.
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
I don't know.
Like the Pope or something?
I guess it's a case of like, I don't know, Knuckles must be, I know Lara Sue says, I'm the Guardian, but
yeah,
Knuckles must still be involved in some respect.
Well, I would assume so. He's actually like involved in her life.
Yeah. Anyway,
a certain other father.
Indeed.
Anyway, I do like watching her have to deal with two high-speed Sonic children.
Yeah, no, I like the interactions. I just think it's hiring her as a babysitter in the first place is silly.
It is, but
I like the interactions though; they're very cute.
I'm sure it's meant to be silly.
Yeah, I mean it's meant to show just how domestic life has become. It's very Boo Saga having to use chaos control to put the kids to bed.
Right.
Very handy.
Things have gone back to normal. That is handy.
Yeah. So she does call her parents, who are diplomats dealing with unrest overseas.
Yeah.
Yep, all the way over at Missouri, apparently.
Yeah, Mazuri Separatists. That is, I think, our first reference to any Sonic Unleashed location in the series.
Yeah, I think so.
They also refer to Duck Bill Platypus being in a leadership position in Down Under. You remember Duck Bill Platypus?
Yes, a little.
Vaguely.
Yeah, he got hypnotized in that one issue with the top half of Crocbot.
That's right. That's how you can remember them, because I definitely would remember Crocbot.
Oh, of course. I'd never forget Crocbot.
Anyway, I don't know what the hell there could be a separatist movement in Mazuri for, but
I don't know.
This is not the first time that this story will throw out weird background details, and you're just like, well, that's a thing, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, the kids get out of bed and make trouble.
They're saying, run, or we'll get roboticized in our beds, which is basically like saying, oh, run from them or they'll kill us.
Yeah, it's crazy that, a fucking 5-year-old can even make that reference.
Uh-huh.
Damn, yeah.
Oh, the Blythe reference to the horrifying war that our parents went through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of making trouble, Leonda is still around and commanding the Dark Presence, aka what's left of the Legion, and they're dressed in all black. They've got the secret evil Black Ops Commando team.
Yeah, it's
They also call them the Dark Hands, soldiers of the Dark Presence, and the Dark Eyes, spies for the Dark Presence.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I think they do later on explain the name change. That's what I was of.
Yeah, but it's like, it seems kind of needless because this is just regular Legion shit. Who cares?
Sure.
I think it's just because the Dark Legion doesn't exist anymore officially. Or it does, and it's different, and this is a different faction led by Leonda. I think that's the reason.
Is it?
It's different.
Is Dimitri in this arc at all?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought this was supposed to be they make some reference later on in this arc to this being left over from the Dark Legion that Shadow was using as like shock troops, basically.
Maybe that's
so. I guess anyway, that's the name change excuse.
Yeah. But they're plotting some assassination attempts because she wants revenge on Sonic, Sally, Knuckles, Julie Sue, and Laura Sue for dethroning King Shadow and for, I quote, keeping me away from what's mine, which she says while holding a picture of her and her son Rutan. But Rutan still exists in this timeline. So I guess that her arrest and or punishment means that she can't see her son?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, which I feel like Leonda is too scheming to not find a way to do that. But whatever, I guess. For some reason, that's what it is. Take note here. So the Dark Presence are like spying on the Guardian and the kids, and they're like, oh yeah, we can see them. Or like, should we take action? And then Leonda's like, no, we can't do it right now, and we could hurt the children, and I can't help risking innocent lives. Remember this. This will be funny later.
Oh yeah. So everyone is gathered at the castle next morning for the big speeches or whatever. And hey, we get to see Tails, Mina, and their kids. Oh god, there's even more of them.
This will become a trend. They're committing to the Tails and Mina pairing now. Yeah, we got a whole family.
Yeah, well, technically they did show up for like 1 second in a 25 years later flashback.
They did, yeah.
I didn't remember that. Did they have these designs?
I think they looked different. They looked more identical to their parents.
Okay.
But Tails also mentioned in the start of the alternate timeline that he did have his family get special timeline protection.
Which, sure, okay.
Right.
Actually, you can still see on their arms, they do have the little devices. So I guess you just have to wear those forever or you get fucking erased from reality.
Damn, that's
Shh. Don't mention that. I was about to say, oh, that's going to be harsh in the future from something. Anyway, yes.
Yes. So they have a son named Sky and a daughter named Melody. They at least have slightly different haircuts compared to Sonic's kids.
Fair enough, yeah.
And Tails makes a good typo here where he says nothing beats royalty.
I didn't even notice that. It happens.
Sure, yeah. Whatever.
Laura's here and she says this is her first assignment alone, so presumably without Knuckles backing her up.
Sure. Or the Chaotix backing her up.
It's kind of surprising. I guess maybe they haven't had much to do in these past 5 years.
I assume so. I mean, they've said it's 5 years apiece.
Yeah, fair, I suppose.
Well, and yeah. So Tails says, like, "Oh, I'm fine. You know, you'll be able to keep everybody safe." And oh, look, an echidna with a mysteriously rocket launcher shaped case and hiding in the crowd.
This is hilarious. Like, they are not suspicious at all. Yes, very blending in. Like, wearing all black. That definitely looks like what you would wear here.
On the panel above that, to this guy's left, is a caricature of Ian Flynn.
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay, they have a black shirt.
There's also a kid. There's also a kid wearing or holding an Eggman plushie.
The legacy lives on.
Of the dead terrorist from like.
Yeah, what the fuck?
30 years ago. What?
He also appeared. His outfit is that shirt is the same as Chris's from Sonic X.
Okay.
Anyway. So, the Dark Presence plots their attack, except for one guy who got caught in hover car traffic.
Damn.
Actually, that's really funny. I like that.
That is really funny.
Yeah, but everybody's ready. There's a lot of ready on this page. Everybody keeps saying ready.
Yeah.
So, everybody cheers. Sonic gives his speech about how peace and cooperation is cool. Laura Sue does see the dudes aiming at him and trounces them.
Got him.
So she is doing her job.
Unfortunately.
And well, that's not the problem. The problem is she grabs the cannon away from the guy. The guy runs away.
Empty.
Yeah, it's empty. It was a decoy.
Of course. I mean, sure. It makes sense to have a decoy team.
Typically why you have more than one person on security detail, just saying.
Exactly. Yeah, Lara cannot handle.
I mean, she was doing as good a job as anybody could have alone, really.
Well, again, that's the problem. She was alone.
I don't blame them, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame her for not being able to handle it. Honestly, Knuckles should have been here as backup, or all of the Chaotix.
Yeah. Well, again, they didn't know what was going to happen. Apparently, if it's not been that busy in the past few years, but
I guess.
Anyway, Lian Da had her own rocket launcher, and it is headed right for the family. So okay, who cares about hurting the children? Apparently.
Yeah, fuck the
exactly.
Children.
What the heck? Why didn't you act earlier? Why is this a better plan?
Remember what Anakin once said? Fuck them kids.
So they're all going to die, but the rocket, something catches it in midair, and it explodes safely without hurting anybody. And it's Silver. Look, this story isn't totally non-canon after all.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately.
Damn. That means
so now if you
can't skip this shit.
Yeah, well, see, you'd think that, but actually, well, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. But yes, Silver is just the guy who shows up in the middle of complete nonsense, apparently.
At least this time he actually showed up and did something. He didn't just show up in front of Robbo.
Well, let's see. Sonic 06, Sonic Rivals 1 and 2, Hedgehog Havoc, and this. So yes, complete nonsense is the standard.
Yep.
All right, Sonic Universe number 6. It's Sonic on the cover. I don't care. Dark Siege, Flynn and Yardley. Following the assassination attempt in the morning, Lee and Don, the Dark Presence, attack the castle, landing Sonic and Tails' families in hot water. So, we just cut forward several hours to Silver in the house with Sonic and Sally.
Why? I guess. Why did they invite Silver over for dinner?
What happened to Lee and Da? Did they not chase whatever aircraft she fired that rocket from?
Also a good question.
Very odd. But, yes. Silver is visiting the Sonic household, the Acorn household? I don't know. They don't call him Sonic Acorn, thankfully.
The Hedgehog household? I don't know.
The Hedgehog household.
That's true. That's his full name.
Sally. Well, it means that Sally is Sally Acorn,
Sally Acorn
the Hedgehog.
The Hedgehog. It's hyphenated.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Anyway, Sonic is talking to Silver, and Silver says, with his randomly still turquoise text bubbles.
Why do we need this?
Yeah, I don't know. He says that somewhere around this time, something that destroys the future happens, or at least starts here, which is incredibly vague.
Maybe he'll get it right this time.
It's funny because
I wouldn't hold your breath.
I wouldn't either.
It's funny because they're like, well, I attacked Sonic before. Actually, it was 200 years ago. Well, 30 years ago. Well, 200. He's just bad at math.
Well, Sonic does also point out, it's like, once you start doing timeline fuckery, it's kind of hard to hold a linear view of math.
Yeah.
Not math of time.
Yeah.
Well,
so I don't entirely blame Silver for being a little confused.
Well, and it's super.
The thing is, it's Silver's whole thing, though. That's why it's
That's
funny.
also true. He should probably be able to figure that out.
Listen, we know Silver is a dumbass. That's perfectly in character.
That's fair.
Oh, it's in character. It's just funny.
Yeah. And we don't even know where the timeline has to necessarily split to make this different from.
Also true.
Sonic. The point is that Sonic doesn't remember Silver from Hedgehog Havoc at all. So because this is.
Oh, they don't.
No, he doesn't.
Did. Okay, so that means that Silver
Sonic doesn't seem to
only
recognize him.
Silver not only got like the wrong time, maybe, but they actually fell into like an alternate universe.
He got the wrong timeline.
That's amazing. I didn't catch that actually.
Damn it, Silver! Why are you so bad at your job?
I am proud of myself though for catching one thing that the editor didn't even catch, because Sonic is talking about like. Oh yeah, I've time traveled before, so I get it. And Silver's like, what? You've time traveled? Where? And he's like, oh, I'd rather not talk about it. And there's no editor's note. There should have been an editor's note to that one story where we get Sonic the Bog Hog. Remember Sonic the Bog Hog?
Sonic the Bog Hog. Well, that is true, but also presumably he's referring to him traveling back to make this future happen in the first place.
No shot. It's definitely the Bog Hog one, because otherwise the editor should have remembered that, because that one was way more recent.
Okay. Anyway, so he apologized. Yeah, so it is funny that Silver does apologize for attacking Sonic at a time that he doesn't remember, but topic of Lian Da does come up, and Sonic says she left her family behind due to departing from the Dark Legion. So I don't understand.
I don't know.
Because he says when I took over, she disappeared and left her family behind. So they're not keeping her from seeing. I don't know.
No, they are. They are a wanted criminal. I
guess.
I guess that makes sense.
Shadow got thrown in prison, obviously, and we'll see that definitively. I'm sure Lian Da would have too. So I think they just split. Like I
guess, but
Rutan is not related to their plot, so Rutan is innocent. So now we have a problem.
I guess, but does Rutan and Dimitri care? Like if she did go there and they didn't know, I don't know. She makes it sound like there was some official thing that was keeping her from seeing them. But if it's just the fact that she's a wanted criminal, you can hardly blame Sonic for that. Maybe if he got on your knees, Dr. Wily style, and said, "Please forgive me." I don't know.
I'm not sure if this Sonic would do that. That this Sonic is too boring and probably, I don't know. But no, I mean, it's Sonic's fault because Lian Da wouldn't be a criminal if Sonic hadn't ousted the previous ruler.
She's unreasonable anyway, so she would blame them anyway. But anyway. Sure. Speaking of which, Lian Da Lara Sue goes to yell at Rutan about his mom. He has the echidna equivalent of frosted tips now. But he says he hasn't seen Mom, and Dimitri does his best to keep these two from attacking each other over pettiness. He's just the grandpa who wants the fighting to stop now.
Yeah, we're making Dimitri, at least in we're making future Dimitri a fairly reasonable character.
Well, and we've seen main timeline.
Actually, present Dimitri
as well.
Yeah, present Dimitri has become the fairly level-headed villain. Like it's neat.
Yeah.
He offers words of encouragement to Lara Sue, saying it's not your fault things went down the way they did this morning, and it's okay to ask for help. He's a good granddad.
He is a good granddad. It's why is he a villain again?
I see. I like the retired evil villain.
He really isn't in this timeline.
I like the retired supervillain archetype.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Anyway, help is probably going to be Silver, but he can't figure out how all this ties into his whole traitor thing, since this timeline Sally kind of disbanded the freedom fighters under King Shadow.
Oh, poor Silver.
Yeah, it's like
Poor guy. Poor kid. He's
and
just getting screwed every which way right now.
yeah. Sally says there was worldwide peace under King Shadow despite his oppression, so maybe things weren't quite as dystopian as something like Robotnik, even if he was an authoritarian.
I think it's more of a case of like the military enforced pacifism.
Yeah,
If that's the right word.
Yeah. The thing is, Shadow was interested in actually having an ordered society. Eggman is not really.
Eggman doesn't care. Yeah.
So yes, it's technically better, but it's still terrible.
Yeah, he's still a tyrant. He's just a different kind of tyrant.
Yeah, it's the Empire versus the New Republic.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to modern Star Wars material, but it always seems like the society they built after Palpatine fell, like, kind of still sucks in certain ways.
I don't
remember those movies enough, to be honest.
Anywho, here's Tails getting gassed.
Interesting.
They really, like, I guess they're just trying to cover all their bases. They don't really have a reason to attack Tails, but...
Well, yeah, I assume it's like, well, anyone who can potentially stop us needs to be anesthetized.
Yeah. This makes absolutely no sense. It only makes sense from a meta perspective later, but not in universe.
Yeah, Tails is an ex-freedom fighter. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I assume, like...
But then again, he was a freedom fighter until he would have been, like, not even that old when Shadow took over, so I don't know. Anyone with a connection to Sonic, I guess.
Yeah, anyone who could potentially stop them.
So Mina thankfully takes charge and blasts out of there, gets the kids to safety before running back to help Tails. Except she gets the same knockout juice herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very pathetic showing.
It really is.
Mina's not a fighter. She did her best.
Even still, I mean, they don't even let her put up a fight. She just immediately gets gassed.
No, she kicks a guy in the head.
Does she? Oh, I guess she does kick a guy in the head. All right, well,
it's not much.
Better than Tails, to be fair.
Yeah, Tails didn't get any hits in at all.
It was pathetic because both of them went down so quickly.
Yeah. Anyway, Lara heads toward the castle, but she sees the baddies on the move along the way. And she almost jumps right into action, but then is like, oh, I should hold back to be more careful and stealthy instead, I guess.
Yeah, I do like her saying I should put some of Uncle Espio's training to the test instead.
She fades into solid blackness on this side of the panel.
I guess Espio's training went well.
Apparently. So Silver is still talking to Sonic and Sally about all this and still confused because he really has no reason to be here from his perspective because this isn't a traitor timeline.
Yeah, I mean, from basically anyone's perspective, he should probably just boop out of existence.
Well, the funny thing, agree, actually.
The funny thing is that, yeah, he's looking for a traitor, and he finds one, but not the one he's looking for, because
a different traitor.
Sonic and Sally's maid turns out to be working for the Dark Presence. Apparently she was undercover working for them for 2 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, gosh. So you thought that maybe Silver would help? Is it? Nope. Silver's gone. Like,
I mean, of course not.
Forget about them. They're not relevant anymore. Not that they were, actually.
That's not entirely true, but...
Well, he's not relevant for, like, another 2 issues.
It'll be a bit. Issue. So, yeah, they, Also, you waited 2 years just to shoot someone with a gas gun, and then it was a new guy that you didn't even know about, and then Sonic grabs the gas gun and turns it back on her, so...
Just had to take out Silver in particular. Once again, plot-driven contrivances.
Right.
This maid doesn't even have a name.
I mean, I don't expect every character to have a name.
Well, I expect if we're supposed to think, like, oh, what a shocking betrayal, but it's like, she shows up, this is her first appearance, is the start of this scene, so, I don't know, it's odd. So, Sonic takes his traditional routine, tells Sally to get the kids and Silver to safety while he fights. Sally objects, and they argue for a second, but then they basically just angrily agree and then make out.
Okay, so like this is sort of like the moment in issue 199, except it's way worse here in my opinion. Like in 199, it seems like Sally kind of agrees with Sonic after a while, like, you know what, I trust you, you've got it together. But here it seems more like Sally just gives up. We're just like, well, fine, then do what you want, I suppose. Bye. Also, then Sonic has this really stupid line where they're like, Sonic the Hedgehog winning arguments from married men the world over. Like,
What
I
the
hate this
fuck
guy.
does that
I hate
mean?
this guy.
The fuck, man.
What is that? You get divorced.
It seems like it.
That is very divorce core.
Okay, not that I actually want this, but the idea of Sonic the Hedgehog as like a stunted divorced dad is very funny.
I wouldn't want that in the main timeline, but for this, sure, I don't care.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Anyway, Sonic finds Lara Sue, who has knocked out a bunch of goons. He hits a straggler along the way. But then their security defense system attacks them. Yeah, okay, just have automated laser turrets in your castle.
I mean, you have control over them, sure.
Okay, to be fair, these were actually holdovers from when Shadow was in charge. They just never removed.
Yeah, I know, but
Sonic even says Knuckles wanted to replace all of them.
And Sonic didn't take him seriously. Sonic, you suck.
Oh, shit. Yeah, damn, Sonic. You should listen to the paranoid to the paranoid one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, on the one hand, it's kind of good. On the other hand, it reflects even worse on Sonic, who's not doing so well in this arc as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
I think what we've learned, Sonic just doesn't, he can't function as an adult.
Apparently. But Sonic and Laura, they get out of there, and, they reference the Carl Baller's catchphrase, "Hasta la vista, mista."
Legendary callback right there.
God.
I like that Sonic says, well, because Sonic says that, you know, like, would you prefer "Hasta la vista, mista" in reference to Laura thinking that "let's do it to it" is cheesy. And the thing that I'm thinking about is that that's almost the exact same gag from when Ian referenced the crunch time thing in the Enerjack arc.
Yeah, it is kind of a reused gag.
It is.
I guess it's just we like referencing how cheesy some of that stuff was. Anyway, Tails' kids are here now. They're real upset about their parents being kidnapped. And
it's good though, because Sonic is genre savvy, so they can reassure them and be like, "Don't worry, your parents are totally fine. The Dark Legion wouldn't kill people. Like, yeah, they didn't just try to shoot a rocket at you earlier."
Yeah,
that's a good point. Mm-hmm.
No, they wouldn't try to kill people who aren't Sonic or don't have Sonic on screen.
Oh, you're right. It's just Sonic knows that the villains always want to kill them. Gotcha.
You know what? Maybe he's right.
Genre savvy, like I said.
Yeah. Well, listen. You know, Lara Sue gets very flustered and worried about all this, and it gives Sonic an opportunity to be the adult in the room, which he has not been doing. So
finally, holy shit!
I'll allow it.
Comparison.
I mean, yeah, by comparison, I do appreciate Sonic making everyone just calm the fuck down for a second.
Yeah. So we're gonna rally the group. We're gonna head for safety. But yes, the Dark Presence has overtaken the castle now. I like the statue of King Max that doesn't fit at all.
Yeah.
And I just have to wonder, that must have been built after they beat Shadow, right? Because Shadow wouldn't have this build.
I would assume so.
Maybe Sally could have commissioned it during her time. I don't know. And it makes me realize, it makes sense that Max would probably be dead by now. He'd just be too old.
Sure.
What the hell happened to Elias? He's never had a single mention in these future stories, nor his wife and kid.
He grew up, he got to live a normal life.
I guess maybe he did just get to retire.
If you spent all this story's runtime just being like, what happened to this character and this character and this character,
it would get
then
boring really quick.
What happened?
That is true.
Yeah,
it was just the statue of Max that brought it to my attention.
No, that's fair, but it's a good point. Nothing would happen if all these X years later stories were just what happened to this character and this character.
Well, that's the thing, is that with future timelines, you really have infinite potential stories. Anyway.
And they chose this one.
Hey, Lian Da's plan involves a chaos siphon.
That like struck fear in my heart. I was like, no, please, no. Luckily, it's not used for its usual purpose.
You don't want Grian Da?
Oh,
I really don't.
I don't want any green again.
Well, we will get some green. They go to this huge capsule, and my note says, "What is this huge capsule? And why did Lian Da straighten her hair?" That's a weird thing for me to put in the notes.
Her hair does look kind of different, though.
Well, yeah, she straightened it. Anyway, this doesn't matter. King Shadow's in there.
That's a good question, I guess. I guess you
Yep.
can't kill Shadow, so you just hold him in storage.
You could try.
Makes sense.
Well,
Okay, so first of all,
you could try, sure.
maybe
I
they did. I
don't
don't know.
like the dude can like run out of energy and fall from space and they'll survive. It probably isn't that easy. But second of all, like the heroes wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this makes more sense for the characters that they've written.
Yeah. So, Sonic Universe number 7. He sure is evil for unclear reasons.
You said it.
Yeah.
Maybe the idea is that he never read Gerald's diary. I don't know.
So
I don't know, and maybe I'll never know. Maybe I don't care if I know.
What's old is new again, Flynn and Yardley. With his new band of next-gen freedom fighters, Sonic invades his own castle to see what King Shadow is cooking up to reconquer Mobius. It looks more dangerous than anyone can handle. So, yeah, Sally is heading for the panic room with Silver still knocked out, and Sonic's side is hiding out with Vector's son Argyle, who I think we saw before.
I believe so.
Yes.
But he has a new punk rocker design now. He's got a mohawk basically and glasses, and he's also like not buff, which I guess makes him look kind of like old school Vector.
Yeah, he's like classic Vector.
Yeah. He also called someone for help because I guess we're building a new freedom fighter team.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll see them in a second. But Lian Da reacquaints Shadow with the present, and he's hell-bent on not just reconquering the world, but punishing those who did him wrong. Ooh.
That checks out.
Yeah. And he has
this guy is very evil for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has some sort of very dangerous thing locked up here as well. But again, we cut it off before his scene changes. They love to cut off reveals with scene changes.
There's nothing wrong with that. That can be good, actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But in this case, we cut off a reveal with a different reveal. The people that Arga called were Sally and Bunny's kids, and they're cyborgs. What happened there?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Are we
what are we implying about Bunny here?
Are cybernetics genetic in this universe?
That seems to be the case. There's no other explanation that makes any amount of sense. That really makes much sense.
Is this what happens when a half Robian gets pregnant?
Let me take some notes for my Cyberpunk Red Cam quick.
Okay. So Ian said on his podcast that they weren't born with robotic limbs.
Well,
so I'm gonna just assume that they needed these prosthetics from the start, and that makes it less weird.
Sure, yeah.
But this is that the confusion that I suffered from that was paying off the seeds that we planted all the way back in a really long time ago when unfortunate speculation about Bunny's anatomy was a topic of discussion. But yeah, they were just born missing limbs, so
that does make more sense.
It's still weird, but definitely less weird.
I guess I have to erase my notes for Cyberpunk.
They unfortunately still look like carbon copies of their parents, though.
That's my main complaint. They really didn't try with these two in particular. Like they actually tried a little bit with some of the others, but not these two.
It would have been so easy to just make them, switch the species and genders around.
Yeah, that would have been the easiest.
Yeah, that's like a hack, basically. Instead of just creating new characters. Like, why do the children have to look exactly like their parents? Like, why?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it's like Sonic and Sally have two kids, boy and a girl who look just like them. Tails and Mina have two kids, boy and a girl who look just like them. Antoine and Bunny have two kids, boy and a girl who look just like them. It's like
lazy character design, I guess.
little
I guess, one of the only creative decisions, and I'm putting creative in massive scare quotes, is that they specify that SBO has 2 daughters, which is and I say they specify that. That's back in 25 years later, which means that Penders was more creative about exactly one thing in that case.
Wow.
It sometimes happens, rarely.
Yeah. Broken clock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, these are our new freedom fighters: Lara Sue, Argyle, Jacques, Bell, Sky, Melody, and Sonic again. Because you apparently can't have it without Sonic.
That's very funny.
His name is on the cover. He's contractually obligated to show up in every episode.
So yeah, this is the reason we had to take out like Tails and Mina.
So that we can have 2 characters that look just like them in the team.
Yeah, we have the next generation that looks just like them.
It really is a Boruto moment. Anyway, the more interesting reveal for me, at least, is that Shadow is talking to Tick Chaos.
Evil Call? What?
What the
fuck?
fuck?
My gosh. I was like falling asleep reading these comics and this woke me up.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so we got some green in this issue.
Oh no, green.
What the fuck is this? It's a big ball of green fluid with the form of Tikal visible in it, because Tikal was at some point fused with Chaos.
Huh?
Yeah, you could get that from the name, and they state that explicitly later. But yeah, apparently.
What the fuck?
She's very lonely and hungry.
I don't like either of those.
It's supposed to be off-putting, and I love it.
I know. Yeah, no, I don't.
If you're gonna do weird things, this is much more my speed.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely,
definitely interesting weird, not just creepy weird.
Yeah, it definitely puts into question what the hell were Sonic and Sally doing with this.
I was kind of on the impression that they didn't know it was here. Maybe
I think it comes up.
They explain it later, kind of. Yeah, that's true. They do.
Maybe I missed that, or I just forgot.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's yeah. And so then the writer's like, "Are you paying attention? I still hope you're paying attention," because then Leon Daw is like really not behind this plan. Like, it's bad when one of the villains is like, "Don't do this" to the other villain.
Too dangerous.
And then Shadow has a non sequitur, is like, "Hey, that band on your arm that like keeps you in this timeline, right?" And Leonda's like, yeah. And the Shadow's like, okay. Snap. Kills Leonda. Like, yeah. Sure, technically not a kill, but like erasing from the timeline, this version of Leonda is not there anymore. It's a different version, so it's basically killing them.
Yeah, no, that's...
If anything, erasing from the timeline might be worse.
That's more than
arguably.
Yeah. So,
Jesus Christ.
You have my attention now, comic book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
let's see if we can keep the attention.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. Leon Dahl was acting as the main villain here, and now we're just back to the one from before.
Yeah.
It's a good moment, but it's like now we're just doing some Resurrection F shit and putting revenge above rationality. But I don't know. Sonic, Bell, and Jacques head toward the castle on one side, while Lara, Sky, and Melody take the other. And I like the recurring bit where Sky, he doesn't know how to fly right, so he's just leading these jagged zigzag paths all over, and it always shows him spinning vertically.
Yeah, they're like a mini tornado when they fly. It's funny.
It's kind of cute.
But Lara uses this to her advantage by throwing him at the Dark Presence troopers in the control room.
Hell yeah, let's use the child as a weapon.
Oh, that's what happens. Yeah. I didn't catch that. I actually didn't understand this at all, because Lara Sue at first is like, wow, like you're a really bad flyer, basically, to Sky, like not being a very good leader. But then randomly they're like, you go in. And I'm like, what? Okay, they threw them. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But apparently that works. Apparently he can home in on people. This is the Sonic Lost World homing attack. That's what it is. He invented it.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So Argyle, who they keep misspelling as Argyle.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
He detects something crazy going on under the castle. As we're taking down the comms block out. But we do reestablish communication. So Sonic manages to contact Sally, and he asks about the underground catacombs and what kind of things are down there. And also
I guess
Silver's
Sally
waking
would
up.
probably know. I guess Sonic probably doesn't.
Yeah, so my assumption here is that these were from before they took over again. I assume these were things that happened when Shadow was in charge.
That was the
Yes.
impression I got also.
Yeah.
Sonic wasn't aware of everything that happened, hence that.
Yeah, we get references to E-107 Theta and the Anarchy Barrel Bomb.
I don't really care about that bomb, but I want to see what this E-107 is. That sounds interesting.
It'd be interesting to see what Theta looks like.
Well, it's probably not the same idea, but see in IDW.
All right.
I must have not read that far in IDW yet.
No, here's the thing. I don't think it's like anything. I'm trying to remember. I don't think it's anything that significant. I think it's just an E-series unit.
Actually, I'm looking at the issue. I have read that issue.
Oh. Well, in any case, Shadow releases to Chaos, and she is a melting shell of her former self, starved of chaos energy. This is a really depressing sight to see for Tikal.
Yeah, this is really depressing.
And for Chaos, too, but he's just... We're seeing Tikal's personality primarily.
Yeah, this is weird, and I'm not sure if I like this. I don't think I do.
I could like this. I certainly was interested at the moment.
Sure,
but
so I don't think this is like boring or anything, but this is like, I don't know how I feel about doing this with Tikal and Case. That's the thing.
Okay. So yeah, I see what you're getting at, I suppose. Like you could have done this with a different character or something.
But I also get doing it with them.
It does hit harder if you do it with them.
Sure.
It's upsetting, it's body horror as part of it. It's just weird because it's like it does not meaningfully follow from anything we know about Tikal and Chaos, and also how did they even get back here.
Yeah, that's also a good question.
It's odd, but it's certainly striking. Shadow gives her some chaos energy after hearing the Sonic's coming, but he gives her too much, so she starts to transform. And the echidnas are like, fuck it, this is not our job, I don't want to do this.
This shit is not what I signed up for.
Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, I have multiple things to say, but like I can't say them because there's more relevant things later. So yes, that's what happens.
Yeah, so much for the Dark Presence. We just see them go running past the heroes down the hall, cowards to the very end.
I can't blame them for running away with what's happening.
No, I don't, but it's like...
I wouldn't say this is cowardly. This is like our plan fell apart. There's no reason for us to be
well,
here.
Leondoff fucking ceased to exist, so...
Yeah.
The castle itself starts being torn apart at this point. And water starts flooding in, I assume from Chaos, who has now lost all control and become perfect Chaos, which...
Okay, I fell asleep again when I saw this.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit more. Okay, whatever.
Like, dang, you really had an interesting idea and you just turned it into perfect chaos.
Yep.
Like, that's so boring.
We didn't even have 7 chaos emeralds.
Yeah, he just, I guess, Shadow.
Okay, so like
used enough chaos energy.
This is a different version of Shadow. We don't really know how they work. I suppose this version of Shadow has... I mean, I could see this version of Shadow, like, holds back less, and they have, like, they're more tapped into chaos energy or whatever. So I could see that maybe.
He does take off his inhibitor rings to do it also. So
yes, that's true.
That brings to mind an interesting idea. I guess we don't know that Shadow couldn't give chaos enough energy to become perfect chaos, even in main canon.
It is just that's interesting because I've always interpreted perfect chaos as basically like a super form. I don't know if
that is possible.
The thing is, Archie canon plays...
Archie canon is definitely different enough that from game canon, though.
Yeah, the thing is, specifically when it comes to chaos energy, Archie canon is more like... They kind of treat it like the Force, to be honest.
Like the Force, or like a form of like radiation.
Yeah, so I can see this in Archie canon. Yeah, in main canon, I would be like, this makes no sense at all.
I would not believe in main canon at all. In Archie canon, sure, why not?
Yeah. So that's not my problem. My problem is that they invented the chaos, and we're like, and it was like, oh, it's weird. It's like, oh, they're a tortured
what
character.
They did with the chaos isn't particularly interesting.
And now it's just a beast.
Yeah,
again.
and then they just dropped it for perfect chaos.
Now we're just
like,
doing
whatever, okay.
Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, it's not just a supersonic battle, but yes.
No, it isn't. They even point out in the next issue that Perfect to Chaos isn't even as powerful as Perfect.
Yeah, which all the more reason to do something else, but
yeah.
Yeah. So Sonic Universe number 8. We got our whole squad here. Is this a reference to another cover? Have we seen this
it might be. I don't know. Man, we've seen so many fucking covers.
Well, because they like to do that. They like to have the poses on a cover echo a different cover, but maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Sure, but again, we've seen so many covers. I cannot be asked to remember all of them.
All right. The Freedom Fighters of the Future, Flynn and Yardley. With Castle Acorn in ruins and the city of Portal under threat, it's up to Lara Sue and the next generation of Freedom Fighters to save their home from chaos. So, yeah, the castle has crumbled, and Lara Sue knows what chaos is because I guess she's seen it when it was first happening.
Right.
But she fills Sonic in on things like the Ixis resurgence and the Elemental War. I want to hear about this stuff.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
I want to see just more interesting things.
I'm getting a little annoyed here. You can throw in like a few random references here and there, but now it's like they're taunting you. It's like you'll never get to see this stuff. He. Isn't that so funny?
Yeah, this would be great content for something like this. I would assume. Well, maybe not great, but at least interesting content potentially.
Well, at the time, this may have been Flynn planting seeds for future stories.
Yeah, but I get the impression that those future stories will never happen.
So the thing is,
well,
you can't. It's too much. Like if you're planting seeds, you don't just go rapid fire like this.
We're planting too many seeds.
It feels like they're not actually really. Yeah.
If you plant too many seeds, the garden's going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, the Elemental War is relevant to this at least because that's the event in which Chaos came to be to do something. Lara says that she had to fuse with Chaos, which implies to me that if it's an elemental war, they were at war with some other element. My guess would be Iblis.
Sure, why not? Water against fire.
As much sense as anything.
An Iblis versus Chaos setup seems like the sort of thing they would write in these comics.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does.
Anyway, she's incredibly unstable and has to be stopped. So yeah, they're gonna do that.
Again.
Under the water, Shadow is in, I guess, like a bubble. I guess he can just do this because there's chaos energy, so he can manipulate it that way, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Chaos bubble, basically.
Sounds like an actual movie.
And this is the little bit of insight we get into King Shadow here.
Yep.
We knew from the first story that he was motivated by sort of a worship for Maria, but we see here that he had this like despondent shame because he couldn't live up to her wishes. So he's like, I couldn't get people to like me. I couldn't get people to obey me. So now
they all die.
I just gotta put them in their place.
Yeah, so I guess this is just like a different path in Shadow 06 or 05, sorry.
This is villain.
That's kind of what this feels like.
This is like, I don't know, what is it, like neutral dark Shadow or something, where he wants to rule the world, but he's not one of them Black Doom cronies.
Exactly. Yeah, like they could do something interesting here. It's annoying that they just unleashed perfect chaos, and so we just get this one page, and then Shadow does not show up again.
That's what it is that these are two contrasting stories that should each be their own story. You can do the Tikal chaos thing, and you can explore how that feels and how terrifying that could be, and you can do the bitterness of Shadow, and you can have him be the petty revenge guy, but doing both means that you just end up drying out your story with action mostly, which is ironic given all the water everywhere. But
yes.
Anyway, according to Sonic, we don't have Chaos Emeralds to deal with the monster. Why?
Why? Yeah, why?
I don't know. Maybe because this is a perfect chaos, they're in there somehow. They don't exist anymore. I don't know. It's an excuse, is what it is, to put Larsu in charge of fighting it to go save the family, next generation, and all that.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So Sally and the kids are fine, which feels a bit contrived. It's like Silver is still just waking up. I would have had him be the one to get them out of danger, especially since he's had nothing to do for 2 issues.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone escapes. Sonic's kids are just as agile as he is, so Sonic carries Sally. His kids just jump down the same way as him. And yeah, we get a whole bunch of the evacuation and the battle basically just explained away through narration boxes.
Oh yeah, and Perfect Chaos is incapable of killing anyone. I've learned that, because no one got hurt by this.
Of course.
Yeah, you flood a few cities, what difference does it make?
Uh-huh.
Fucking Sonic X, they flooded Station Square twice. Anyway, it definitely, it's exactly what I'm saying, is that we have to reduce so much of this to narration that it's like, yes, you are trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Yep. And also the Dark Presence without any leader are just like, okay, Tails, Mina, like, you can go now. So
yeah, they're just like, we don't know what to do, so
because Leah and Dot probably didn't tell them what the point of having them there was anyway.
I assume the only thing she would have told them would just been, yeah, we need to keep anyone who can stop our plan busy.
I mean, that's the best explanation. But...
yeah, well, it's the best explanation, and it's the explanation that they're not actually giving us.
If you're gonna be an evil villain, never be an evil villain seeking revenge. It never ends well.
True.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so Larasu's team, they do good. They do save people and keep danger at bay. Laura herself tries to get through to Tikal inside there, but it's too much, I guess. It's another case where, again, if you had them communicate instead of having everything be action, I would have been interested to see it.
Exactly.
Silver does something, finally. He saves Jacques and Belle from a tentacle, and that is his entire contribution here.
Yeah, so when I said they were out of the story and you were like, no, I had to think for a second. I'm like, oh yeah, they do like one thing in the Perfect Chaos fight, but like they still effectively do nothing.
I think yes, he does do something.
Yeah, he does.
There is one other thing, but it's like
he also grabs another tentacle.
It is absolutely correct to say, what the hell is Silver even here for?
I don't get it.
Well.
Okay, no, I do get it, because
I know part of the reason he's here, but it's not related to this story. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking it was just a case of Silver's at that point already a popular character. Let's just use him until.
That's definitely part of it.
Actually, do it. I think to me it just seems like a matter of let's use Silver until we know what to actually do with him.
Yeah,
seems like that to me.
So Manic and Sonia come up with an idea: punch to Chaos in the brain, like in this A1.
Yep, they saw Let's Play. They're real gamers. They know how to do this.
You know what? They're kids. They probably did watch a Let's Play.
Don't make me think about them as like Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox kids.
I'm sorry to break this to you.
No, they're kids like us. They watched like real Let's Plays, which looking back on a lot of them, they weren't all that much better.
Anyway, Sonic tries to hit it, but gets laser blasted, so his kids finish the job.
Yeah, they were 100% correct. It's just that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, Silver does hold a tentacle out of the way, so they can get hit in. And
he also grabs them so they don't go flying.
He also catches them so that they don't die. So Silver did indeed do 4 things in this comic, 1 for each issue.
I was saying, in this 4-issue comic, he did, or in this 4-issue arc, he did 4 entire things. Holy
incredible
shit.
And just like that, Perfect to Chaos is all quelled. That was all it was.
Well, okay, Laura Sue does it with chaos power.
Yeah, she uses.
I know. I'm just saying. Then they just do it after that.
Yeah,
she uses the calls blessing or prayer or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, well, and it's very weird because she shrinks to chaos back to size, and you can even see that some of her color is returning, but then we just don't see her again.
Yeah, I
What
could
the
have predicted that.
Can she be healed? It's like I feel really bad for her.
Yeah, same.
This story is remarkably unsympathetic to how tragic a character this is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but the kids did a good job at least. Silver asks again about a traitorous freedom fighter, but Sonic has no answer for him.
Once again, another Sonic cannot answer your question.
Yep.
So Silver departs using Chronos control on this magic rock.
I assume it's a time stone.
It's a time stone, yeah.
Okay. Those are supposed to only work on little planets, so whatever.
Don't worry
I guess.
about it. It's fine.
Little Planet does not exist in Archie Sonic.
I didn't know the
Oh.
time stones existed in Archie Sonic.
To be fair, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's different rules. It's whatever. But the new kids pose with Sonic, and I don't need to see any more of this.
Same.
No, definitely not. Like there was promise for like a hot second, and then it all fizzled out.
Basically,
I thought they were gonna try something weird, but no, not really.
it did seem a
It's
little bit
nothing
like
you
they were
haven't
going
seen
to.
before, and they
Basically.
didn't take any opportunity to really develop anything that was like left hanging. Like I said, so yeah, they didn't improve on anything. It didn't do anything new that was interesting. Yeah, I don't need this.
It was not. It's not like it's infuriatingly horrible. It's just mediocre.
Basically.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not bad.
It's,
But yeah, like you said,
we've
it's
been here
mediocre,
so
which is-
long at this point.
It's yeah, yeah.
We gotta start demanding more from our comic books.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Like this is unacceptable.
Yeah,
But hey-
they
Comic
need to
books
start.
have
They
to
need
be
to start writing
better
these
than this.
comics better.
Hey, we end on a tease for the next arc. It's Dr. Finidivus in Down Under, so that's something at least.
Something again,
I mean-
hopefully interesting.
The more when I saw more of this guy, I kind of got less interested in them. So like maybe that'll be good, but like I'm not immediately excited for that.
Listen, it'll be a Knuckles
Yeah,
story. We
yeah.
haven't had Knuckles in the limelight for a while, so
True.
Yeah, hopefully he should be fine.
it'll be good. It'll be good. Well, maybe it'll be good. I don't know. You guys can surprise me with your opinions sometimes, but Knuckles will be good at least. So yeah, that is our issues for tonight, and yeah, I'd much rather see the Iron Dominion story going on.
100%.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's good to get that out of the way first. So now
Fair enough,
now we can back to the good stuff. Yeah.
Yep. So next time on Deep Dive Zone, a bonus episode, but the time after that on Deep Dive Zone, we will get some of the start of the Iron Queen and her conquest and the whole arc about that.
Heck yeah.
So for tonight, yeah, 30 years later, I don't need more of this, and I don't think there is more of that. So I'm happy to spoil that for you guys because it's more of a relief than anything.
Yeah,
I kind of suspected.
I had a feeling that felt like the idea of let's put a cap on this finally.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what last time felt like. Actually, this felt like let's open up the bottle and like take a sip and then realize this was actually no good and then put it back.
Yeah.
Take a sip and realize, oh god, it went bad.
Yeah, which I guess means that it's not finely aged wine. It's
It's
milk.
vinegar.
Yep.
Does vinegar go bad?
No, but you don't want to drink it.
Well, yeah, but
Vinegar is just wine that quote unquote went bad.
Well,
It
it's
is?
vinegar because 25 years later was never good.
That's true. It was always vinegar.
all right. Well, hopefully next time we see Silver, he'll be doing something important and less stupid.
I'm
I
not
sure
holding my
hope.
breath.
Yeah.
I don't remember actually exactly what comes next.
Even
So,
better.
yeah. That's where we're gonna cut it off for tonight. So, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my lovely co-host for being here. If you like this episode, please feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, suggestions, or feedback, you can find us at any of the links in the link tree in the description. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next week for another exciting episode. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and take care.